Hey guys, it's Cat God here. And since Death Battle, I personally some of the matchups I personally don't really like, but you know what? Instead about like complaining and basically whining like a child, I'ma just make my own list of matchups to see and hope that at least in the next season of Death Battle, they hopefully appear. All right, let's get into the matchups.
I love you.
With the first episode and last episode of the season being arguably more polished, I think the first episode of the imaginary season would be Ed and Eddie versus Patrick Star from SpongeBob. Let me give some of my reasons for the matchup. I think it would make a pretty good fight or battle, considering both of them are very strong, durable, fast, but it's gonna mostly rely on bronze since both of them are pretty stupid, and that's not the newest because, well, Hulk isn't really stupid, but there's already Hulk versus Doomsday. But this matchup could arguably just be a much better battle and interesting, mainly because Death Battle could have it animated or sprites. Sprites are all right, but I think it should absolutely be animated as the first episode of the season. Who who do I think would win? I personally want Ed to win, mainly because I kind of like Ed and Eddie a lot more than SpongeBob. That and also Ed's house lifting feat and moon falling feat's kind of like super powerful and impressive, but Patrick Star has ran to the moon, so yeah. I'm just hoping Death Battle doesn't like screw up with the first episode if this were to actually be a first episode. Another reason why I think this matchup should exist is because they're both Cartoon Networks and Nickelodeon's longest running show to this very moment. That and also there are some of the most popular shows or cartoons I should say. And also that it would just really really be cool if we've gotten a matchup that's like actual cartoony, not some Star Butterfly and Steven Universe cartoony where it actually evolves around a story like series. More episodic cartoons is is something new that we would all see on Death Battle. Oh yeah, I do think the battle would end with either Patrick Star absolutely just running up to Ed and kind of a training him, or Ed just I don't know crutches Patrick with his own rock or something. I don't know, man.
You're just one of those nutbards.
I do think for a episode more in between, I honestly do think Chuck Green versus Joe Miller would be such an interesting battle to watch. You know, it being zombie apocalypse theme, that and also both are or yeah, both are father figures to Katie and Ellie. So I would absolutely like to see that being like told or shown in the battle. But besides them being father figures and being in a zombie apocalypse, both of them do actually have different styles and opponents that they have taken down. Like the varieties of zombies Joel have taken down and the varieties of psychopaths Chuck has taken down. Uh, And besides that, who do I think wins? Hmm, I kind of have to go with Chuck Green. Joel is definitely faster, no doubt. He's also more stealthy, went on a lot more missions, and I think he's a lot better at surviving. But besides that, I think Chuck has this strength, durability, the powerful arsenal, and also unpredictable arsenal. Can't forget about that. And also combat knowledge slash experience. Joel, in his own right, is pretty tough as a combat. I don't know, as a fighter, but Chuck has taken down and outsmarted veteran. Also went and hold his own against Frank West, who also has taken down the lead general of the Santa Cabeza scandal. So, yeah, the death would probably be in a surrounding woods, lit, just completely lit up by fire. Chuck just fucking snaps his neck. That's it. No no dramatic combat weapons or anything. Just a simple snap to the neck, like in Dead Rising 2 off the record. Also have this 3D animated.
As a doctor, I already know that it is wise to use protection.
As for a mid-season episode, an episode slightly more polished than the other middle episodes, I think one of the perfect matchups, especially for Death Battle, would be the Medic versus Edward Richtofen. And I'm talking about the Primus Richtofen, not Ultimus or Zombie Richtofen, just Primus. And wow, how would I even start? These two are funny, quirky Germans who contribute as the brains of the team. Also, second two engineer. And are also very deadly in their right. That and also they have a variety of weapons and tools at their disposal. The medic with the medigun, the syringer, the crossbow, the bone saw, etc., and Richtofen with the RPK, the ray guns, the monkey bomb, and all of his perks. It's just so good, and the environment to the battle would be awesome. Besides being quirky Germans, the only other connection I could actually see would be that they both are kind of insane, I guess. I don't know about Richtofen being a little insane. Same thing with Medic, but they're questionable. So who would I think would win? I think Richtofen would definitely win. Arsenal and the perks that Richtofen just has just completely fucking would absolutely win him. Not to say Medic is not like it's not going to be a complete stomp. It's just that the only advantages I think Medic would actually have would be probably probably or strength or durability and possibly hand-to-hand combat. Besides that, I think Edward Richtofen has it in the bag. Um, how do I think it would end? I think it would end by Medic's Uber charge running out in a horde of zombies after Richtofen stuffs a monkey bomb on him or ties a monkey bomb to him, and he just gets eaten up by the zombies. I think it would just be perfect. I would also like this to be 3D animated. Also, more of the middle episodes would be Claude versus Tommy versus Carl. I think this would make an awesome matchup and video idea, considering we have not really gotten a 1v1v1 death battle. Yeah, there was the Mega Man Battle Royale, but that's like 5 Mega Men. That and also GTA hasn't really been introduced in Death Battle, so that would be something cool to look at. Also, their variety of guns, what they've been through, and basically their stories. Who do I think would win? I think Carl Johnson would take the win. Tommy would probably be the runner up. I haven't really played Vice City or 3, but I have played San Andreas, and I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like Carl just I don't know. I don't know. Somehow fucking could make a big smoke scale or some shit. I don't know. But how do I think the battle would end up? I do think that it would be cool if Claude was either shot in the head or like just bled out, and Tommy probably would be either just basically ran over, or I don't know. If you have an idea for the deaths of either Claude, Tommy, or Carl, just please comment. But besides that, yeah, I don't know, man. I would like to see it be played in or not played. I would like the environment to be in a city because it wouldn't make any fucking sense if it was like in a military base or like if it was in the water or anywhere else, you know? That and also GTA is mainly about the cities and towns, so I would also like this to be 3D animated, because it wouldn't really make sense if this was like hand drawn. I wouldn't really mind with sprites. I think it would be pretty cool to see custom made sprites in this battle.
Time to die.
When I say this matchup is season ending material, I fucking mean it. This matchup is one of the best I could ever see being on Death Battle. Frank Horrigan versus Nemesis. I would absolutely fucking go apeshit over a Fallout character being in Death Battle. Yes, there has been player characters in Death Battle, the Chosen Undead and the Dragonborn, but the Chosen One fucking is awesome. But it was either between the Chosen One or Frank Horgan being in Death Battle. But Frank Horgan as a character just fucking boggles the mind. And Nemesis, I would go ape shit over the animation and atmosphere of Nemesis just lurking into the fucking night. Like in the building. Oh my god. There's so many words to express this matchup. But you just cannot say it. You just cannot explain it. However, I do have to list off some similarities and reasoning behind this matchup. They are modified experimental weapons. Weapons used to destroy. And they're gigantic. With Nemesis being like 9 feet tall and Frank Horgan being 12 feet tall, I would absolutely love it being indoors. An indoor ruined building, or on the oil rig, or you know what? In the just in any any building, any ruined building, it would be awesome. Both are zombie or like modified humans, you know, being a zombie and being a super mutant. However, both use weapons, like big weapons, to their advantage. Nemesis with his rocket launcher, and Frank Horgan with his plasma caster, or plasma or plasma rifle if you're really if you're really a true Fallout 2 player. But I would absolutely love if they include a like a mono e mono scene with both of them throwing punches at each other, tanking each other's punches. Is it, their weapons? They can also throw that in with Frank Horgan just tanking multiple rockets, and Nemesis tanking a bunch of stabs with Frank Horrigan's shiv that he has on his wrist. Whatever. But if I had to choose or if I had to give my hearsay on who I think would win, Frank Horgan, fucking 65% of the time, it has to be Frank Horgan. No, not even 60, like 70. Because Frank Horgan has just ripped and one-punch death claws and has swept through an entire vault full of intellectual death claws. But he hasn't really met someone like Nemesis. But let's be honest, Frank Horgan, his plasma caster, there's just I think there's more ways Frank could, just like slightly more ways Frank could win this battle, as in just basically overpowering Nemesis or basically using his intelligence to win or something, or just basically turning Nemesis into mush with the plasma caster. Anyways, I hope to God that if anybody, just anybody, this is low chance, but anybody who works for Death Battle to fucking like to pass this idea along, it would make I wouldn't even care if it's like season ending or beginning or whatever. This episode has to fucking at least be heard. Anyways, enough of me just gushing over Frank Horgan versus Nemesis. Let me go through some honorable mentions. And Boon Choi versus Luz Nokita. Mordecai and Rigby versus Finn and Jake. Arthur Morgan or John Marston versus Red Harlow. Prime Hydration Drink versus Dirty Water from Fallout. And lastly, Plastic Man versus Mr. Fantastic. Thanks for watching.